Ever feel like some of the smallest words in Spanish are kind of like, well, a big deal?
You really are, aren't they?
It's like you get the basics down, but then these little words, they just pop up and they're like, oh, you thought you knew Spanish.
Yeah, it's like a secret code or something.
Exactly. And today, we're cracking that code. We're going deep on and el, those articles that can make or break your Spanish fluency.
I'm excited for this one.
Me too.
Yeah.
These articles, they're sneaky because they seem so simple, right?
Deceptively simple.
Yeah. But they add so much nuance. So to help us unlock these secrets, we've got, well, you, our Spanish article extraordinaire, ready to dive in.
I am. Let's do it.
All right, let's start with the newbies on the scene. Un and una, the indefinite articles. What's their deal? Why are they so important?
Well, you can think of un and una like that first introduction. Imagine you're at a party and someone says, hey, there's this dog over there.
Okay, I see where we're going with this.
We don't know anything about the dog yet. It's just a dog, un perro. It's new information.
It's like setting the scene, right? Introducing a new character.
Exactly.
But then what happens when we want to talk about that dog again? We bring in el and la, the definite articles.
Right. Now we're saying, remember that dog we mentioned? The one with the waggly tail. Yeah, that dog, el perro.
It's like we've established a shared history, even if it's just within a conversation. And this is where things get interesting, at least for me, because it reminds me of this time I was in Spain.
Oh, tell me. I love a good Spain story.
So picture this. I'm at this bustling outdoor market, you know the kind, with all the amazing food stalls, and it's hot, I'm thirsty, and I spot this vendor selling the most beautiful melons.
Oh, yeah, the Spanish melons or something else.
The best. So I confidently walk up to him, and I ask for un melón. I wanted melon. Any melon would do, right?
Makes sense.
But the look on the vendor's face, he was so confused. And it took me a minute to realize my mistake.
What had you done? You forgot your L.
The light bulb finally went off. He had all these melons, each more tempting than the last, and I was basically saying, give me any old melon. But he was offering me a world of choices.
And you shut it down with un.
I know. It was only when I pointed at a specific melon, this perfectly ripe one, and said, el melón, that he understood. He even gave me a discount for my troubles.
There you go. Proof that L can get you a deal. But that's such a good example because it highlights how un and L change how we perceive the noun.
They do, and it's not just about buying melons. It's about understanding the subtle cues in a conversation.
Exactly. It shows you're really paying attention, that you understand the speaker and the context.
Okay, so we've talked about introducing something new and referring to something specific, but what about those times when el and la point to something unique? Like, there's only one moon, so we say la luna.
Exactly. In those cases, el and la highlight the singularity of something. Or if you say la hija de Rosa, Rosa's daughter, you're indicating that Rosa only has one daughter.
It's like the article adds a little extra layer of meaning to the noun.
Totally. And remember, this doesn't just apply to singular nouns. When we're talking about plural nouns, unos and unos maintain that sense of introducing new information, just like un and una.
Right. And los and las do the same for familiar or unique plural nouns.
You got it.
So for our listeners who might be thinking, okay, but why does this all matter? It seems like a small thing to get hung up on.
You know, I used to think it was a small thing too, but honestly, mastering these seemingly simple words can be the difference between just speaking Spanish and truly understanding the nuances of the language.
It's that aha moment when you realize you're not just stringing together sentences, you're actually starting to think in Spanish.
Exactly. You start to catch those subtle cues, those winks and nods that native speakers use without even realizing it.
It's like unlocking a whole new level of fluency.
Absolutely.
This has been incredibly insightful.
Yeah.
So here's a final thought for everyone listening as you continue your Spanish journey. Now that you've unlocked this secret code of un and el, how might your understanding of Spanish change?
It's a whole new world, isn't it?
It really is.